What is going on, everyone? Happy holidays to you. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving weekend. Sports Snippets with Dennis Sullivan here. Want to discuss the Miami Dolphins 30-15 victory on Sunday afternoon. This was a home win for the Dolphins. Before I get started, if you do like the content of this particular video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up and feel free to subscribe to my channel as well. That would be excellent. So, Dolphins coming off the bye week, not showing any rust whatsoever in the first half. However, if there was any rust from coming off the bye week, that was displayed a little bit in the second half, as a 30-0 halftime lead would have a final score of 30-15. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Credit to the Houston Texans for keeping things respectable, and Kyle Allen seemed to find his way in the second half, which I'll get to in a little bit. But first, we must discuss the now 8-3 Miami Dolphins, who prepare as they go into Week 13. I had to think what week it was next week, guys. Week 13, that will be a road game. That's a tough one in San Francisco. Take on the 49ers. That will be a 4 o'clock Eastern, just after 4 p.m. Eastern start time. That will be on December the 4th. Can you believe it? December, that is right, is here already. The Dolphins look sharp early. Tua, once again, 26 of 39, 299 yards. He throws a touchdown, no interceptions. I really like that touchdown pass he throws to Durham Smythe. The 4-yard connection for the touchdown, where he's basically avoiding the pressure and he's really improvising. I mean, he's running here and there and everywhere. And he really made that play happen. And thus, that was one of his big highlights. If not, that might have been his big highlight, because it showed just how calm he stays and how he can handle pressure. And he's grown a lot this season. We gotta celebrate that, fellow Dolphins. Jeff Wilson would lead the attack on the ground for the Dolphins. 13 carries, 39 yards, and a touchdown. The Dolphins really did not run the ball very well in this game. But as it turned out, really they didn't have to. They average around 3 yards a carry when you add it all together, because you got Myles Gaskin right around 3 yards also, 6 carries, 17 yards. Tyreek Hill would have a 5-yard carry. Skylar Thompson, 5 yards on 6 carries. You add all that together, you're probably coming up with a little bit under 3 yards a carry. But of course, it was the group of receivers and Tua that really made the difference here. Tyreek Hill would finish with 85 yards, as would Jaylen Waddle. Tyreek, though, with 6 catches. Waddle had 5. Tyreek Hill, though, on the sidelines, not certain of, and I don't think we'll be quite sure yet of the injury update, if you will, on what his status is. He was shaken up there on the sidelines. Can only hope the best. Obviously, I mean, Dolphins need him. Tyreek Hill, obviously, we need him to not be injured, for his benefit. I mean, we don't want him to be hurt or playing hurt or anything like that. But the team needs him. We all know that. I mean, this is the best offensive player the Dolphins have in Tyreek Hill. River Craycraft was a factor. He had 4 catches for 55 yards. Trent Sherfield, 2 catches for 33 yards. Cedric Wilson would have 26 yards on 2 catches. Jeff Wilson out of the backfield, 13-yard reception. So Tua really spread the ball around. He's been doing that very well this season. And then, I mean, of course, the touchdown pass to Smythe, that was his only catch, the 4-yard touchdown to Durham Smythe. It's a good group. The only thing that I just don't or can't figure out, but this has been going on for like 3 years now, guys, is the Mike Gesicki. I just can't figure out why he's not a factor in some of these games. I just don't get it, really. and we're looking at two different. There's got to be something I'm not seeing, because now this is two different, completely different coaching staffs, and he'll play great, and the next thing you know, he vanishes. He doesn't get any. He had one target today, no catches. Gaskin out of the backfield had a 4-yard reception. Alec Ingold out of the backfield had a reception, but did not get credited for any yards. For Houston, okay, let's talk about this for a minute. Houston Texans go with Kyle Allen in place. Now I will say this. Kyle Allen looked very, very uncomfortable in the first half. This was his first start of the season. I mean, he threw the one interception. It was like on a screen, and then he almost got picked again on a screen. He did not look good at all. It was a tale of two different Kyle Allens, because then he comes out in the second half, and he plays fantastic, guys. He plays, I mean, I'm not going to say, I don't know if fantastic might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but he played pretty well, guys, in the second half. He finished with 215 yards, a touchdown, and he was intercepted twice in this game. But Kyle Allen, remember, he was on Washington. He can produce. So the Texans only have a win. I think now this loss will now take them to 1-9-1, which is not a good record at all. They're obviously rebuilding, so we can only hope the best for them as well. Now, I'm looking here, I must say, guys, and just give me one moment. I'm just looking here for what happened. Mills, that was the guy, the quarterback for the Texans that was benched, in a sense, in favor of Kyle Allen. So it was Davis Mills, and Mills was pretty good. I mean, he played okay. If you're a fantasy footballer out there, someone that plays fantasy, you'll know what I mean on that. And Mills' first name is Davis. Yeah, it's not David, it's Davis Mills. But anyway, I regress, guys. Talk about lack of running game. So neither team really ran the ball a lot and didn't run the ball that well. If you're looking for a running game, and it was not featured by either team this afternoon, Dare Ogunbowale had 14 yards on 4 carries and a touchdown. Allen himself ran for 12 yards. Dameon Pierce only 8 yards on 5 carries. That was a shocker. I don't know why they didn't feature him more. Brandon Cooks had a 2-yard carry. Jordan Akins was a nice bright spot for Houston. 5 catches, 61 yards, a touchdown. Cooks, 5 for 59. Nico Collins, 6 for 44. Tegan Quitoriano, 2 catches, 20 yards. Pierce out of the backfield, 8 yards, 3 catches. A lot of small yardage on some of these receptions. Chris Moore, 2 for 7. Dare was 1 for 6. Rex Burkhead, 1 for 5. Philip Dorsett, 1 for 5. So, the Dolphins now move to 8-3. They will be a game ahead of the New York Jets, who won in convincing fashion this afternoon. And the Jets convincingly defeated the Chicago Bears. And, of course, you got Buffalo in the mix. But, we figured that was going to happen. I mean, there'll be an eventual Dolphin at Buffalo game. That'll be tremendously highly anticipated. But the Dolphins, again, are 8-3. No complaints by me. The only thing, Skylar Thompson comes in, right? He goes 1 for 5, 6 yards. It wasn't that he went 1 for 5. And it wasn't that he came in. I was okay with that. You got a comfortable lead, bring Skylar Thompson in, who was fairly sharp when he got that. We played with Teddy Bridgewater getting injured. But it was almost like, I was a little surprised. I mean, we're like throwing on first down and stuff like that in these definite running situations. I mean, you could look at that either way. And I think the Dolphins, if anything, maybe they stayed a little too aggressive in this game. I mean, I'm all for being aggressive. But that would be my only, shall we say, criticism of the Dolphins. Run the ball. Even though you weren't having that much success, okay, Wilson's your main guy, or get Myles Gaskin a couple of extra carries. I mean, he's a good running back. So that would be about it, guys. That would be about it. Because at some point, and the Dolphins were starting to run the football well, Raheem Mostert wasn't active for this game. So you want to get that reestablished, and it's going to be tough to get that reestablished against a very physical San Francisco 49er team. But we'll see how that goes. That should be really exciting. Highly anticipated game coming up, the first Sunday of December, which is the 4th, December 4th. So I will see you. This is Dennis Sullivan saying I will see you. Next time, leave me a comment. Go Dolphins. Way to go today. Final once again, 30-15 over the Houston Texans. Bye for now.